Welcome to episode Let's Talk About It. This is Queese,
D,
EJ.
Today, man, we're going to talk about, in fact, before I get into that, if y'all like the content that we do, hit the like, subscribe button.
Yep.
Give us feedback. I mean, we appreciate everybody's support.
Thank you.
Today, we're going to talk about Steph, all right? I mean,
here we go.
I've seen the finals. Y'all seen everything that happened. As far as Steph goes with the finals, you've seen he had a historic finals. I mean, his shooting splits was crazy. Man, averaged like 35.
He finally got his first MVP.
He finally got his first finals performance. That was actually
that's one of his historic performances.
Right.
So a lot of hot topics when it came to Steph now is where you rank him. Like a lot of people, he entered a lot of people's top 10.
He's still out my top 10.
Some people have him there before.
Some people had him in the top 5 now. Or something.
He's still out of my top 10.
He's in the conversation now. Now they saying he at the table with Mike and them. Going at the
my fault.
They're going at the like he got some place say he at the table with Ron and all them now. Like he's at that table. So
he's not at
there's a lot going on with Steph now. I mean,
bruh, listen.
They said that's all he was missing on his resume was that Finals MVP.
We not doing that.
So what we doing?
We not doing that. Listen, we are not doing that. Steph had a very historic and finals run, and I'm glad he finally had his run. But I ain't putting him in a LeBron conversation. Y'all must have lost your mind.
So where y'all rank Steph then?
He knocking on my top 10 door. I could say that for sure. I'm not ready to put him in there yet, but he's knocking on my top 10 door.
So where would you guys have him? Like, is he like right at 11?
I say 11.
That's what I'm saying. He's right at 11. Like, he's literally right there. The question, because the people that he's able to knock out if I move him is balanced between Shaq and Wilt for me. And I'm not taking out Shaq, so the only person I'm really going to have to look at is Wilt. But right now, he ain't taking Wilt yet.
So what? Sorry.
I would think it would be Wilt or Bird.
See, all right, but that's
maybe.
Bird. Why would you say Bird though?
No, I'm just saying. Far as he got 4. He got 4 rings now. Steph got 4. Bird got 3.
See, that's
only thing I would give.
Problem.
Only thing I would give Bird has over him is Bird did the what club is it? The 50-40-90 club. He did it twice.
I think Steph
did it once. Yeah.
Steph did it once, but
Bird did it twice. Besides that, Steph has everything else.
Yeah, if you count.
And Bird got defense 3 times.
I'm still with the ilk that some of them finals to me is fraudulent.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. So I don't disagree.
I mean, when you look at history, and once history writes it ain't going to say how he got the rings.
Right.
It's going to say It just say he got it.
Right.
But the fact that I saw how he got the rings, to me, the rings are a little bit fraudulent right now.
We already talked about that.
Right.
I agree
I ain't
with you
ready
on
to
that.
do it yet. But like this to me was his first run to where I actually said, you know what, he solidified himself as what everybody thought he was as a player. Well, this was the first finals for me that did it.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but like, even if you bring up Bird, like if we talking about stacked teams, Bird had a stacked team as well, so you can't even like do the, you had the better squad type of thing, or your team like Bird had that same thing. You know what I'm saying? So he had
really
much all the
And he had Mikal.
Nah.
Yeah, Havlicek, didn't he?
No.
Wait back.
Bird had Mikal. Then
Paris was old.
The Chief.
DJ,
leave the Chief alone.
DJ was a solid player.
DJ was solid.
Yeah, everything.
Then now you remember that.
Ains.
But you gotta remember the other team had Bill Walton coming off the bench. He won $6 million.
Bill Walton had bad knees.
He won $6 million a year.
Bill Walton had bad knees.
He won $6 million a year.
Bill Walton wasn't killing it.
And he coming
from
an era where there was only like 2 teams being there every year. Like
here's the problem.
There was a lot of good teams.
Here's the thing with Steph. I'm not blaming him for the team that he created organically, which is Clay, Draymond.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not blaming for that. That still KD thing still sits with me sideways.
Right. Those two.
That
and the first one.
And the first final sit with me a little bit funny.
Right.
And then the fact he's going to be the only person in this top 10 if he makes it that ever blew a 3-1 lead in the finals.
That's true.
So that's another thing people got to consider.
He's the only one, if you look at it, break it down, that he's the only one that can only do it on one end.
Yeah.
Most of the top 10 can do it on both ends, offense and defense.
That's my main point. You can't be in my top 10 if you don't play both sides of the ball.
Yeah, true. Right.
That's literally the only qualifier.
I'm just making sure everybody in the top 10.
Every last one.
Majority.
Every last one.
Right. Yeah,
that's my one rule. That's my one rule. If you're going to be in the top 10, you got to play both sides of the ball.
That's about
Since
it.
he can't do that, you cannot be in my top 10.
So you telling me if he wins another ring, he still don't make it up to your top 10?
No, you gotta be
able to
illegal
do
because
both
everybody
sides.
else in there got more.
Then he'll never make your top 10 because he's in his like 35, 36. That ain't gonna change no time soon.
No, I mean he tries. I mean I give him more effort than a lot because he does try.
And this point in time, I've seen a lot more trying now than before, but he's still.
The last couple years he's been trying. He just can't guard the person, but he tries, and that's part of the defense. Like
I know effort is part of the defense, but the fact that can you affect the defense? Can you affect that? That's what the point that I don't think is never going to change. So that means you're going to keep him completely out of your top 10 permanently.
he had to do something astronomically. He had to do something.
He led the league in steals.
He gotta get 6.
He did. Now let's be fair to him. He led the league in steals.
One time.
Right.
One time.
I'm saying he led the league in
I don't
steals.
count steals as defense though. AI did the same thing. AI wasn't very defensive.
Right. I wasn't guarding nobody.
I mean, he wasn't a physical guard, but you still got to count as defense and created opportunities.
Steals are just playing the passing lane.
But you're creating opportunities.
Right, but we call defensive playing the one-on-one guy.
Yeah.
We don't say how well you play the.
Well, he's
been
making the all defensive team.
Well, he will never do that.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's the only one.
Okay, I just wouldn't believe it. That's his guy. For him to keep him out of his top 10, and that's his boy. That's what I'm saying.
You always gotta play both sides of the ball. I mean, because if you're talking about Steph, I'm comparing him to he got the Finals MVP, but I'm comparing him to the people that's in the list already.
Yeah,
they got multiple. So you getting one, don't put you over.
Right. That's the other thing. That's the other thing for me. Right. Exactly.
They got multiple. So
right, and you on the tail end of your career when you're just getting your first.
So, right. Well, he might.
I think he got
5 more years. I mean, just saying.
He in his prime now. Like,
I give him 5.
His best physical year was this year. His best effort, playing defense, playing offense, even trying on defense and carrying the load. This was his most impressive year. He's in his prime. He asked them. They say, "I feel like I'm in my prime."
And the worst part about it is this was he broke the record this year, but this was his worst field goal 3-point percentage
in the regular season. Then he turned he's in his prime.
This was
he didn't he was slowing down nothing.
In the playoffs it was low. It was only 39, 38. He usually averaged about 40.
Shooting over 40. That's why it was such a historic run for him. I think he shot 50 actually. This was one of his best.
I know the finals he did that, but I'm talking for the whole playoffs.
The whole playoffs, he was on his bag. I think he was upwards to 40. Let me look that up. But
they were saying this was his best.
Yeah, he was on one.
I thought it was low.
Because this is the thing that bodes well for Steph, right? He got things that a lot of greats don't have. So it puts him on a certain tier, best team of all time. He's on that team. They broke the record, right?
Yes.
Unanimous MVP.
Yep.
Another one, that's him, right?
Yep.
Best shooter of all time, 3-point record. That's him. It's a lot of things.
He
got things that no other guy has. So it's what do you?
That's why he 11.
That's right. That's what I said. I can't put him in the top 10. That's
a dynasty. He led a dynasty. Almost everybody that we got in the list, all of them got dynasty.
If he do another dynasty, you might have to.
That's what I'm saying.
He got to do another dynasty.
Because now they was having a conversation of putting him over.
Magic. Won 3 again.
He didn't win 3 the first time. He only won 2 in a row.
Well, dynasty. You don't got to win 3 and it would be a dynasty. It's how many you do in a
certain period.
Right. The only person to do 3 in a row was Mike. And Kobe and Shaq. Those are the only 2 that ever did 3 in a row.
Duncan never did 3 in a row, but they're a dynasty.
Yeah, nobody else ever did 3 in a row.
Right. So you gotta, if you talking about that, they saying he the best point guard of all time now.
They're disrespectful.
Magic still got that title.
Right. Don't y'all get real disrespectful.
But you know how it is, prisoner of the moment. Let me.
That kills me though.
He can never. Only thing he can be is the best shooter of all time. He can't be best shooting guard or best point guard. He could never be either one of them because Mike got the shooting guard on lock.
Well, he's not a point guard.
I know, and Magic, right? And he's not a point guard, and Magic got that on lock. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
The only thing he can be is the best shooter.
He's in a real conundrum with that.
Yeah. Well, I asked you. I mean, Isaiah not in top 10, but he got an argument to be better than Isaiah. He really do got an argument. You could sit at the table and somebody could throw back.
Well, truth be told, his argument technically, if we don't look at it from a position standpoint,
pure point guard,
then he would be number 2 behind Magic. I'm not going to take that from him. But if I'm looking at it from a position standpoint of being a point guard, then with Isaiah, he got an argument, but I don't think he's toppling Isaiah for me. He got an argument, but he's not toppling.
As far as topping, you ain't gonna pass Magic. I mean,
no,
come on, man. We can't forget.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It ain't that long ago. I mean, it's longer. It ain't that long.
And even with a lot of things that Isaiah, a lot of people don't know what type of player Isaiah was and how he carried that team a lot for them years. So. For me,
almost in the Iverson way for scoring, you know what I mean?
Nah, he wasn't Iverson.
What I mean by that is there's only him and one other guy that really did most of the scoring.
It was 3 dudes that did scoring on the team.
Who?
Isaiah never even averaged the most points on the team.
Who else?
Dumars and either Mark McGuire when they had Adrian Dantley. Isaiah never averaged.
Well, I said Dumars was killing before. Didn't he diss me?
Yeah.
Didn't he diss me?
Yeah.
Didn't I say he was one of the leaders at LVP? He dissed me.
He got Finals MVP one year. That's the other problem. He got Finals MVP from Isaiah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's what I'm saying. So it always depends on where you put stuff fast. Like, really, how do you look at him? 'Cause I think he's a different.
Well, here's the problem.
He's in his own category.
Right. But see, here's the problem with how I look at him, and this is not really his fault, but it's detrimental to him. That first finals one is, to me, that first finals championship is fraudulent. To me, personally.
Not his fault though. That ain't got nothing to do with him. So you can't take it from him. He ain't got nothing to do with that.
But it's still. But I mean, it's still fraudulent. This year, I have an issue with what happened this year because there's some things that happened in this playoff to me. I'm like, yo, the league is either trying to intentionally get the Golden State to the finals or something else is going on. Because that Draymond call should never happen. That pissed me off. Where they didn't want to kick Draymond out because of the technical foul between him and Jim Brown, would have got him ejected.
Right.
You know that shouldn't have mattered. That could have changed something. Right. That could have changed the whole momentum of a series if that had happened. That's one of the issues I had with that. And then the calls. The calls was ridiculous. You was almost gonna say they got the Jordan rules with Golden State for the way some of them calls was getting. Mm-hmm. That phantom foul they used on Memphis, where he act like Bull pushed him, and he got away with that. Could have changed the whole momentum of the game too.
We gotta keep it honest. I wouldn't categorize those things because none of those even matter. We was talking about Draymond as being the worst player ever in those finals because he was playing so bad. So you're not gonna tell me him being ejected changed anything when he was getting killed every single day because he was horrible the whole playoff, the finals. So you can't say, all right, now the guy that was averaging 4 and 2 changed the whole series.
You could be. You
can't say that because his presence was losing them games. They was literally saying
no, he's not being able to guard somebody. But you got to understand because he couldn't guard nobody. But what he was doing for them offense, he still was the facilitator.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was because when he went out, they act like outside of Jordan Poole dropping shots, they act like they couldn't move the ball.
How are you a facilitator if you average 2 assists in a game? If you have 2 assists in a game, you're not a facilitator.
If you're a facilitator, but I know the play, know where everybody's supposed to be.
No, you know, because if he's a facilitator, he brings the ball up. He kicks it to Steph. That's a 3. That's 1 assist. So if he only got 2, that wasn't happening.
But I know what the play is. I know where everybody else is supposed to be. Just because I'm not the person giving an assist, I'm still the person telling you, yo, you in your wrong spot, move it.
Right, but that wasn't happening. That's why he was getting killed so bad. He was bad.
But he usually does. He wasn't doing it in these finals.
Exactly. His mom even came at him. His mom was saying, yo, I don't know who's playing right now. That is not my son. So I'm not going to act like, oh, him being there would have changed nothing. He was playing so bad, his mom came at him. Like,
the league had him thinking it didn't change, and that's why they didn't eject him. That's what I'm saying. You can't say that because the league literally said we didn't eject him because we knew that would have been Draymond's foul. So they had to figure, yo, he's out of there. That's going to affect the whole game.
That could be what they figured, but the eye test saw Draymond was.
The eye test saw to me that if he wasn't in there, that the game might have changed a whole lot differently.
No, I can't say that. We can't forget what was going on with Draymond. They came at his podcast and said, yo, bro, stop doing podcasts. You need to be playing. You playing so bad. You shouldn't even be on the court. You should be getting benched.
If it wasn't his best finals, no, of course
No, we know.
It was his worst.
I still got to count. I still got to account for presence and the fact that you have to, as an offensive player, if I'm Jaylen Brown, if I'm Jason Tatum, regardless of the situation, I still got to account for the fact that he's out there. Yes, I do.
He don't see. I don't know how much you was watching the finals. They literally was scoping Draymond on pick and rolls to go at him.
Jaylen Brown
was. But wait a minute. The first, what was it? Game 2. Jaylen Brown, he was D'ing up Jaylen Brown. Then game 3 through the rest of the finals, Jaylen Brown started targeting. But originally the game 2 that he should have got ejected, he was D'ing up Jaylen Brown.
When it comes to Draymond, he did not have a good finals. I'm not going to use his past history of previous finals and apply it to this. Like that's what was going on. He was having the worst plus minus. He wasn't shooting the ball. He wasn't passing. He wasn't playing defense. He was fouling out. He fouled out like 3 times. He was not good. So I'm not going to say him being there would have changed the game. We can't do that because the games he didn't change the game. What? Then what? Like that's not 100% fact. Like what? He didn't do it. Like he wasn't changing the game.
I got to account for that, and because I got to count that.
I know because the narrative you trying to push, but that's not what was happening.
Right, but if we talking about Steph, I think Steph is going to be the first of his kind. When I mean by that, like we don't have no category where we're gonna put him in.
There won't be another Steph.
No. What I mean by that is
I'm saying I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, like these guys are out after him now. Like Ja, like Donovan Mitchell.
Being positionless. Yeah, you can't put him in just one category.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Steph is going to be the best ever to do it at that way that he's playing. And all these guys behind him are going to be, you know what I mean?
I don't think he started. I think, if you ask me, I'll put D. Rose as the person who was like, who really fit that category to me. Because he
didn't finish his injury.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the category of like where we put this guy at, because he wasn't a point guard. He wasn't a shooting guard.
But I'm just saying, Steph is number one.
And then Russell added it in.
But like, Steph is number one.
At least Russ added the assists into his game.
And the rebounds.
I
got the ball 98%.
We know his usage rate is up, but at least with that time he added that. And even with Rose, he started trying to add an assist into his game, but he just, like you said, he didn't get a chance to fully realize what he could do.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. All these guys coming after, that's going to like come after Steph. You're going to be like, where are we going to put him? You're going to put him in that category where Steph at. You know.
That's if you get another little guy.
I mean, you asked me for Steph, like I said, y'all bringing up the points of his career or anything. The main knock for me is like, even though you didn't like go to another team, like you didn't, go around the league or whatever, you still, quote unquote, beg somebody to come to your team.
Yeah, exactly.
That you did not need.
Right.
Y'all did not need him. Like
no, to them they did need him.
Right, to them. But you won the finals before, and that one you lost to LeBron, you were 2 minutes away from winning. So it wasn't like they got blown out by LeBron and them. They were up 3-1 and they lost the last minute of the game. It was tied. So it wasn't like you were so far away.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
They were seeing ghosts from the first fight.
Yeah, it's like
the first fight is because remember that first fight was until they switched Iggy on him, they couldn't do nothing with him. He was dropping 40 points a game.
Yeah, but it was only down 2-1. They still wasn't getting their behinds kicked.
Huh?
So
they wasn't getting their behinds kicked, but they realized we got nobody that can do something with this dude.
Right, but then they went up 3-1 on him and about to beat him.
So you're saying like a few missed shots or a few missed shots could have changed.
They could have changed anything. They could have changed the series, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They was right there winning again. They
didn't need him.
Control. Yeah, they didn't.
They didn't need him from my standpoint either. But but if you let them say they needed him.
Well, I think if they didn't get him, Bron would have won one of the next two. So I don't think.
If they did one 4 times,
I don't think Bron would have. I don't think they would have beat Bron
back to back.
I agree.
So I do think they would have lost one, but still the optics, right? Like, I mean,
right. That's gonna always be there.
And then the other thing that people don't consider is the fact that most of the people in the top 10 are high up in career categories, like total
stats,
points, stats, points, assists, steals, everything. I think Steph might be in the top 40 as far as scoring for guards. Alone, not alone position, just guards alone.
Yep, that's so right. Even with the 3-point
shots, even that's what I'm saying, and that's the crazy thing to me. Even with his 3-point shot, he's not even that high in the 3-point what's that? Not the 3 points, the steal situation. He's not high in that. He's not high in assists, and his scoring is like I said, is in the 40s.
Right.
Yeah, that's another point. So
you would think with all the threes he made, he got historic 3-point numbers. Like that didn't even move him too far up.
No. Right.
That means because his career, like everybody remember, when he first came in the league, that wasn't the Steph that was in the league when he first came in.
He was getting cooked too.
Right, when he was playing alongside Monte Ellis and them, that ain't the same Steph we seeing now.
Right.
He grew into this over years of improving and constantly working on his game. Mm-hmm. So that to me is going to always hurt him from trying to put him in my top 10 as well.
Yeah, I would agree with all that.
And when you say honestly too, with most of the top 10 guys, they all came in as stars, turned himself into a superstar.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? But most of the guys in the top 10, they already have the name.
But see, out of that, me personally, I have, and a part of me has to respect that.
But he turned himself into a superstar.
Because that means you work, you grind.
Right, he put the work in.
You put the work in.
Yeah, he put the work in.
To be what you came into the league and to turn yourself what you into now, I personally have to respect that because that means you put the work in to get there.
Yeah.
You was busting your behind. You was doing them shots, doing them drills, working on your craft to make yourself into this unanimous MVP that we see.
No, that's a fact. Like I said, his career is going to be interesting because if you talk, he got the rings, he got he got a lot of things that's going to compete there. Then you got to put who he going up against and the era. Like if people saying he the face of an era or he's one of the faces of an era.
Right, change
that's a big
the way people play.
Yeah, well, he changed the league.
Yeah.
You can't take that from him because these kids out here
jacking.
These kids is out here now in the streets jacking. And they ain't jacking for nobody else because of him.
He had a lot of things on his jacket that you can argue him to be in that
I mean, look at Jordan Poole. Truth be told, Jordan Poole is just, to me, a clone of him right now.
Yeah, for sure. So if Steph is got, he went one more. You gonna have
another argument with this fool.
Yeah.
He gonna keep anking up that ladder.
And the crazy thing, he's poised to win another one if you look at the team they got.
Yeah.
And everybody come back too. You know, that
was back to the video we had made before. We were talking about whether or not he was going to win another one.
I had him winning one or two more because that organization. They got Wiseman coming back.
Yeah,
they got Moody going to get better. Kuminga going to get better. Poole going to get better. They set up.
Clay might even get better. Like when you come off that injury,
right?
Like another 2 years.
We can't really judge what Clay going to beat us off of this because he ain't fully back.
Right.
I want to see what he looks like.
Wiggins going to continue to get better. They changed his whole his career around. So it's like
his whole career.
I couldn't believe that.
All right, and then you got the notion of people going to want to come play with him now. You know, the veterans, right? You got some hungry veterans going to come want to join them now. Like, yo, let me.
Yep.
So it's like
a quick ring.
Yeah, because Iggy inspired me Iggy last year because he, you know.
Iggy's done.
So somebody gonna fill that void.
David Weston gonna come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or DeMarcus might, look, I come back.
Yeah, so it's like, they set up really well. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, you know, as time goes on.
Can I trade y'all some young pieces and get Chris Paul over there? So he can get his ring.
So y'all got Steph at, you said you got him like 11.
I got him at 11. He's knocking on the door.
Off the top of the head.
Yeah, he's knocking on the door. Just like what you said, I got him at 11 unless he does something like you said, like spectacular, like as time go on before you retire, he's going to always be at 11.
Okay, gotcha. Y'all got him at 11. I think I'll probably put him, if I'm thinking off the top of my head, I think I'll probably still have him at 11 because I'm trying to think who ain't in that top 10. Y'all got him over Hakeem?
Me personally?
Because you said Hakeem's in your favorite top 10, but you know all time he's probably not.
Now,
so that means if you got him at 11, then you got him over Hakeem.
No.
You
in the holder. Let me clarify myself.
Hakeem ain't in the top 10.
Yeah.
No, he's not in the top 10.
Right.
But if you ask for my favorite top 10, right? So
but
he's
in the top 10.
So here's the thing. Right. So in the it's of all things, with the top 10 that's supposed to be done, Steph is 11. In my situation, I'm putting him at 12.
You still ain't putting him over Hakeem.
You can't put him at 12 because you said you got Isaiah over him still.
Huh?
You said
I got Isaiah.
So then he's 13.
No, because you know what? That's a funny argument. That's a funny argument for me. I might have to revisit that myself because I don't have Isaiah that high in my top, but I don't have Steph above Isaiah right now.
Right,
and
so
it's like a connection. I might have to revisit that. I really do because
then you know Wade's. Anybody got Wade?
Nah, Wade. No. He top 15, maybe top 20.
Yeah, top 20.
So when you sit down and think about it, like these players, you have to be like, dang.
Because the only trade off for me in my top 10 that's not there is between Wilt and Hakeem. Like generally, Wilt's in the top 10.
Yeah.
Right, I'm saying generally, Wilt's in the top 10, and my favorite Wilt's 11. Keem's in that 10 spot for me.
Got you. So that's what we stand out on Steph. I mean, you don't break down Steph's career. Like I said, I can't put him there because you don't play both sides. People get this weird narrative when somebody tries on defense, they say he's a good defender.
Right.
Like just because you try, you're a good defender.
The thing about it is, and even I noticed it looked like he wasn't a complete liability out there.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
But that don't mean he's good. But
you know what? No, but see, you know what? And that's another thing that I have to speak on before we close this topic. I'm sorry. I got to talk about this because this really pissed me off. Boston made him look like he was better than what he was defensively. These fools didn't attack no mismatch whatsoever the entire freaking finals. You had freaking Hartford switched on him most of the time in the post, and he's down here in the post, got him post up, and Jaylen Brown, Tatum out here going ISO ball. Like you got it. Like
that's always been their problem,
right? But what I'm saying is, as a team, regardless of what got you there, you got to play the game and the team that you're playing against. You can't be so narrow-minded that this is what's got us here, this is what we're going to lose on. No, you got to take advantage of the fact that you are bigger than them size-wise. Tatum was bigger than was taller than most of their guards out there. Jaylen Brown. And then a lot of times they wasn't letting them guard them because of the height advantage. And they had them switched on freaking Hartford and Greg Williams and them. Mm-hmm. And y'all ain't taking advantage of the size mismatches. What is y'all doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so bad coaching always leads to...
But am I going to blame that on Udoka?
No, I mean like bad schemes, bad.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, remember they don't got. While Horford is a veteran, he not a leader on the court where like
he's not forceful. Like,
give
me the ball. Like,
I know, but you should be able to see that yourself. Like, yo,
they don't got no defensive like general. Like, yo, fam, do this, that.
Right, because even if you don't expect Horford to score, which we don't, because he's not a big post up dude, they still gotta respect the fact that Steph down on his own.
They gotta go double.
Right, you gotta go double, so that done free somebody up out here to go either shoot the ball or go. Right, like. I didn't understand what they was doing with that freaking fight.
He was open a lot, bro. He was open.
He was open a lot,
and then off of a pick, he was wide open for them threes. Like it was nobody stepped up. Like Horford would drop instead of stepping up.
Right.
Because he got a fear of step blowing by him. But
Right.
you know, if you got Robert Williams back there, you know, y'all have him right there. Whoever guarding Draymond shouldn't even be guarding him.
Right.
Get over the step. Like y'all even like, come on, we all know he's the greatest shooter. Why y'all going under the picks? You do not go under a pick anytime Steph goes.
Yeah, or they will go over the top. So it's like when you going over the top, he on your back. Like
it's a wrap.
Pull, like, because now Steph know how to draw fouls off the three. So you already playing yourself behind the 8 ball. Like, what do you? I was
just sitting there shaking my head like
yo, you and me both.
I don't understand. I mean, it's easier said than done, but let Draymond score 25. That's going.
He's not going to score, but he's not
going to
score.
I'm saying.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody else should have beat you.
I would give him so many open looks. Like, you gonna have to make these. Like,
right, exactly.
Like, he should be looking like, yo, I look crazy right now if I don't shoot this. Like, that's how open I believe him. Like,
because he wasn't looking to score until they know his mom and everybody yelling like, yo, what did you do?
Why they don't guard Draymond like they guard Ben? I know,
give him the 21 treatment. I don't give him the 21 treatment.
I never seen nobody guard him from the paint. Like, make him shoot.
Listen.
That guard him like y'all guard Ben.
That finals frustrated the heck out of me.
Especially when he's mentally like
he's not engaged. Right, he wasn't engaged.
Right.
I would have just made it even worse for him. Like, but you know, it's a lesson learned. I don't think they're going back no time soon. So,
Boston?
Yeah, me either.
Not without getting a decent point guard or another scorer.
They got that whole team is not constructed. Like they need their 2 main guys to develop into all around players.
Right.
That's what they need.
Yo, how did they get in the league when they can't go left? Somebody explain how they got in the league and they couldn't go left. I could not believe when I saw that Jaylen Brown handle going left was that fraudulent.
Mm-hmm.
How did they make it that?
There's a lot of players like that.
How?
There's a lot of players. Remember how they will guard Randall? You know what I mean? Yeah. Randall's like that. You know
how?
What I mean? He's going to spin back.
Before we get on that, because that's a whole nother topic there.
Right.
Yeah. That's what we stand out on Steph, though. I mean, as far as like where y'all rank him. Let us know where y'all rank him. Are we crazy? Y'all think we smoking? Y'all think he for sure top 10? Like we said, if y'all like the content, like, subscribe. Let us know y'all feedbacks. Another episode. Let's talk about it.
Peace.